Hello all, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will discuss about try, catch, throw, throws and finally with practical demonstration. So let's do the same thing practically. Try block allows us to write the block of the code that you want to test for the exception. And catch block is allows us to write the code that you want to execute if exception is occurred. It means whatever the action you want to take that you can write in a catch. Finally is the block which always executes even if you are catching the exception or if you are not catching the exception unless the abnormal termination occur from the JVM crash or system crash. Throw is the clause which is used to generate the exception. So you can call your own exception also using the throw. So using throw we can call the exception our own, as well as using throw we can call the inbuilt exception also. Throws is used to convert the checked exception into unchecked exception. Let me show you the practical demonstration which demonstrates all these things. I am taking here one number, that is integer number is equal to integer dot parse int, and here I am taking input from the user, that is args of 0, and that number I want to print over here. So I am doing what? Simply I am writing system.out.println and I am printing the number. Now what happens, students? If you are not passing any number, then exception is there, and that exception is array index out of bound. Whenever you compile this particular program, that is demo13.java, it will be compiled successfully. But if you are not providing any argument, then you will get an exception, and that is array index out of bound. Why? Because you are getting the 0 index and you are not passing the 0 index. So it will throw an exception, that is array index out of bound exception. So what we can do? We can write this particular code in a try and we can catch that particular exception. So here we can catch, and that is array index out of bounds exception. And here you can provide the message to the user that please provide argument. Now what happened? The code which you want to test, that you can write in a try, and the exception that you want to handle, it means the action that you want to take, that you can write in a catch. Now you can save this. Now here you can compile your program. Now you can run your program without passing any argument. Then you will get the message, please provide argument. So this is what the try and catch is. Now I want to write one more block over here, and that is finally. Finally is the block which executes in any situation, even if you are catching the exception or if you are not catching the exception, unless the abnormal termination is there. So let me write here system.out.println, and the message is, that is forever executes. So it will be executes forever. This is the finally code. You can save this, you can compile and you can run. See, now suppose if you are not providing any argument, then also forever executes will be there. And suppose if you are providing the number, for example 50, then also forever executes message will be there. This is what the finally is. Now I want to demonstrate you the concept of throw and throws. So I want to do what? I want to pass this number in a switch case. So you can pass this number in a switch case. Throw keyword is also used to break the switch case. So here you can write case 1. Now I want to generate the exception, that is arithmetic exception. And without divide by 0, I want to call the arithmetic exception. Is it possible? Yes. You can generate the exception using throw keyword. So you can call constructor of arithmetic exception over here. So what it will do? It will simply break the case if user pass the 1. Here you can write another case also, and here also you can throw new, and that is array index out of bounds exception. Now please see carefully what I am doing. Suppose if user is not passing the argument, then array index out of bound will be there, and here I will get the message, please provide the argument. But suppose if user pass the number and the number is 2, right? Then again it will give me a message that the please provide the argument. But suppose if user passing the number and the number is 1, then the arithmetic exception will be executed and the program will be abnormally terminated. So what is the proof the program is abnormally terminated? Here you can print the message. This is after try. Now you can save this. Now you can compile this program demo13.java and you can run this Java demo 13. Now students, if you not provide any argument, then it will give me a message that is please provide the argument, forever executes and after try. It means that there is no abnormal termination in my program. But suppose if user providing the number and the number is 1, if providing the number 1, then arithmetic exception. I have not catch the arithmetic exception over here. So definitely it will be abnormal termination and I will not get the message after try, but I will get the message forever executes. See here, forever executes and exception is there. So I'm not getting the message after try. But suppose if you pass here 2, even if you are passing the 2, then you are generating the exception again and that is array index out of bound. Then it will give me a message, please provide the argument, forever executes and after try. So we can say throw is used to break the switch case also. Throw is used to generate the exception. Now see what happened. Students, can I write one more case over here? Yes. So you can write the case and that case is for example 3. Suppose if user write the case 3, then you can do what? You can throw new and now I'm generating the exception that is checked exception and that is interrupted exception. So now what happened? If you are generating the exception that is the checked exception, then you have to write this particular code, that is the line number 20 in try and catch, or you can use the throws. So you can save this. You can compile and check your program. Whenever you compile this program demo13.java, you will get an error and the error is what? That is unreported exception. Throw new interrupted exception. That must be caught. So what we need to do? Either we need to write this within the try and catch, or we can convert this interrupted exception into runtime. So here you can write throws interrupted exception. So what happened? This unreported exception error will be removed. You can recompile your code and it will run perfectly. Now you can provide the input. For example, suppose if you provide demo 13 and suppose if you provide the number that is 10, then no problem at all. It will give me forever executes and after try. But suppose if I am providing the number and that is 2, then it says please provide argument forever executes and after try. And suppose if I am passing the number that is 3, then it says forever execute and exception in interrupted exception. Can I write the multiple catch? Yes, you can. You can write the catch one more over here and that catch is, for example, arithmetic exception. And let me write here the message and the message is what? It is arithmetic exception. Now you can save this and you can compile your code that is demo13.java and you can run. Suppose if you pass the number that is 1, then after case 1, throw new arithmetic exception, it will go into catch and it will catch the arithmetic. So I'm getting the message arithmetic forever executes and after try. Suppose if I am passing 2, then it will go into case 2 and it will match the catch array index out of bound. So I will get the message that is please provide argument forever executes and after try. But suppose if you pass here number 3, then interrupted exception will be there. It will display only one message forever executes, but I will not get the message after try. Why? Because it is a abnormal termination. So if you don't want to make this abnormal termination, then you can write this interrupted exception in another catch. So this is all about a try, catch, throw, throws, and finally. So that's it from my side. If you like this video, then please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.